Hello and welcome. This is We Talk Football. Today we're going to talk about Ronaldo getting to 900 career goals. He's the only footballer to reach that feat so far. And we want to talk about the incredible things that he's done in terms of goal scoring. We're also going to talk about the top 10 goal scorers in football history. We're going to talk about, of course, I think when you talk about Ronaldo, you're definitely going to be mentioning Messi. We'll also be looking at, future stars who might be able to get there, and, look at the future of, football and goal scoring. But before we get into our video today, please remember to like our content on all platforms. Please remember to follow us on Instagram at We Talk Football 24 and on YouTube as well at We Talk Football 24. Subscribe. Follow us on Facebook at We Talk Football. Also, not just follow, please remember to like, share our content as well. Interact with us. What do you think about the videos we make? Comment down below all the things, all your opinions about the football, all the football content, all the topics that we talk about, our opinions. Share your opinions as well. Would be very nice. It would be lovely to hear what you guys have to say as well. But yeah, let's get into our video today. Ronaldo 900 goals. As I said, today we're going to talk about Ronaldo reaching 900 career goals. That is incredible. It's also, for me personally, I saw Ronaldo at the beginning of his career. I've watched him ever since. I've followed him ever since he started, from Sporting to Man United, Madrid, Juventus, Man United again. Now he's at Al Nassr, and also his career for Portugal has been absolutely incredible. He's obviously a top, for me. He's of course is a top 10 player of all time, but in my opinion, he's a Mount Rushmore player. He's in the top 4, absolutely. And he's one of the greatest athletes, not just in football, but just all sports that the world has ever seen. So for him to reach 900 goals, I think he's well deserving of that. The work that he puts in, everyone knows how much work he puts into football, the exercise he puts into his craft, the diets, the food that he puts into. He invests a lot. Not just, I'm not talking about just the money, but just physically the hard work that he wants to put in for his craft, the amazing things that he does mentally. I think he's a mentally strong player to be able to reach 900 career goals. That is incredible. That is just silly. It's silly numbers, if you look at it, because there are some players who will dream of reaching that in training football. Like if you're training with your mates and whatever you're doing, you dream of getting to 900 goals, let alone in real football matches. So Ronaldo has done that, and I think that's an incredible feat. A player like him was obviously going to reach something like that, and I think now it's a record. Of course, he's the top scorer in men's football history. But also I just wanted to look at other things, like the top 10 scorers of all time. I made a list. I went through the internet. I scoured through the internet, searched, because it's also a little bit tricky. You find different statistics for different players, and it's a little bit tricky, but we got I got my list from TalkSport. And this is how it goes. Ronaldo at number 1 with 900 goals, of course, in 1,236 games. Lionel Messi is at number 2 with 838 goals in 1,069 games. And then at third, Joseph Bican, 805 goals in 530 matches. I think that is a little. It's also a bit of an estimation. Some of these statistics were not recorded from these players, so some players' goals and games were not accurately recorded. So there could be, not misinformation, but it's maybe not recorded correctly. But that's what we have. Romario, 772 goals in 994 games. Incredible. That's silly. Pele with 757 goals in 831 games. That's a joke. That's just crazy, man. You have Ferenc Puskas at 6 with 746 goals in 754 matches. He had more. No. Sorry, I thought he had more goals than matches, but it's really close anyway, right? That's just insane. Good Muller, 734 goals in 793 matches, and then you have at 8, Ferenc Diak, 576 goals. Now, as I said, some of the statistics and matches are not recorded. So from 8 on to 10, these guys' matches were not recorded, but their goals are recorded. So Ferenc Diak, we don't know the number of games he played. US Sila, 575 goals in unknown matches, unrecorded. And then at number 10, Tulio Maravilla, 575 goals as well, same as Sila at number 9. Games are not available, so no one knows the number of games that they play. So that's the top 10, and Ronaldo is sitting at the top. 900 goals. That's going to be incredibly hard to break if anyone's ever going to reach that goal tally. So I in my opinion, right? That's an incredible feat. It's like LeBron James breaking the NBA scoring record. Previously it was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but now it's LeBron James, and he's the highest point scorer in NBA history. It's very similar to that because both players, LeBron James and Ronaldo, are the top scorers in their sports, right, in their respective sports. But they're still continuing. They are still playing, and they're still playing at a high level. And I was going to, look at this a bit later, but last season, LeBron James averaged like 25 points per game. I'm sorry, I'm going into NBA talk now. But Ronaldo is averaging his goal ratio is 0.72. So he's still scoring at a high level, and it doesn't seem like Ronaldo and LeBron James are going to stop in a year or anytime soon. They keep, let me talk about Ronaldo, but he keeps himself in incredible shape. He's one of the fittest athletes of all time, not just in football, but he's how old is he now? 37? No. Ronaldo is 39. Ronaldo is 39 going on 29. He's fitter than a lot of 25-year-olds, 26-year-olds that are currently playing in world football. He still has incredible speed. He still has great leaping ability. And he takes care of his body. That's, I think, in as much as Ronaldo is a great goal scorer, him reaching 900 goals and still playing at such a high level, scoring so many goals at the age of 39 is 39 is also how good he has taken care of himself and his body. I think that's probably going to be something that a lot of current players going into the future will look to do, how they take care of their bodies, how they eat to last longer, to perform better. I think that's something that everyone can look at. And that's amazing. I think that's amazing for him. He deserves it. Also, I was wondering, is there anyone who could ever, reach that goal tally? Now, of course, when you talk about Ronaldo, you're going to mention Lionel Messi at some point, right? Because it's almost like they're intertwined in history. The universe intertwined these two, godly figures. But I was looking at Lionel Messi and I was thinking he has 838 goals. He's the closest to getting to 900 goals or reaching Ronaldo's goal tally. But I don't think even he, as great as Lionel Messi is, I think he's the greatest footballer of all time. He will not get to 900 goals. I don't think so, especially now in his career. He's slowed down massively. And I think we saw him slow down when he moved to PSG. We saw his goal tally go down quite a bit. It dropped. Lionel Messi in his overall career averages 0.78 goals per match. Like, that's his goal ratio, right? 0.78. So that's incredible. It's higher than Ronaldo's career goal ratio, actually, because Ronaldo's career goal ratio is 0.72. But that was also because Ronaldo has played more matches than Lionel Messi, and Lionel Messi has played far less games than Ronaldo has. So that's why the difference in the goal ratio. Messi has an overall better goal ratio in his career, but since moving to PSG, his goals per game has dropped massively. He scored less goals, and we saw that especially in his first season at PSG, he struggled massively, right? He struggled a lot to score goals, to fit in. And I think also maybe because he was trying to not overstep on the toes of Kylian Mbappe and Neymar at PSG. But his goal ratio since 3 years ago, since joining PSG in 2021 to now, he's played for PSG, Inter Miami, and Argentina. He scored 92 goals in 138 matches. So that is a goal ratio of 0.66. That's quite low. That's quite a drop for Lionel Messi from 0.78 to 0.66, right? And then Ronaldo, in the same time, then he moved from Juventus to Man United in 2021. He scored for Man United, Al Nassr in Portugal. He scored 115 goals in 158 matches. And his goal ratio is 0.72. That means he hasn't really dropped off. He still maintained that high goal ratio that he's maintained, while Messi has dropped off. And in my opinion, I don't think Messi is going to get there. Also, Messi has suffered an ankle injury. I remember watching the game. It was in the Copa America final. Twisted his ankle really badly. An innocuous injury, no one's to blame. No, he didn't. He wasn't tackled, but it was a bad injury for him, and it kept him out for the beginning of this season. So you see things like that. Messi is 37 years old, and I don't think he'll be able to perform at the level that we used to see him perform for Barcelona. And I think I also think that's normal, right? He's 37 years old. What Ronaldo is doing is the not normal thing, right? To be 39 years old and to perform at such a high level, to play virtually every game and reach 900 goals. So for me, I don't think Lionel Messi is gonna reach that goal tally. But I don't. No, look, this is not a video where I'm slandering Ronaldo or trying to slight him in any way. He has had an amazing career. Anyone who could have, a third of his career would be considered a legend, right? Anyway, anyone who would have, like, if you play football as a striker and you score a third of those goals, something like maybe just over 200 goals, maybe if you score just over 200 goals as a forward player, and you end your career with a third of the trophies that Ronaldo has won, maybe a Champions League, a few league titles here or there, you are an absolute legend. So I'm not here, and he's had such an amazing career. You can't slander his career anyway. 900 goals, all the Champions Leagues that he's won, 5 Champions Leagues, a Euro Championship, league titles in Spain, in England, league titles in Italy. It's incredible, right? But I still don't think him being the greatest goal scorer or the number one goal scorer in football history makes him the greatest player of all time. I still think that's Lionel Messi, even though Lionel Messi, of course, has scored less goals, but he does have a better goal ratio than Ronaldo. So you could argue that even with the goals that Ronaldo has scored, Lionel Messi is a better goal scorer than Ronaldo. You can mention other things like Messi has more goals outside the box, more free kicks, but it's all relative, it's all different. But now Ronaldo is number one all time. So I was also thinking of this, and of course when you think of Ronaldo and you think of Messi, you think of the greatest players of all time. And in my opinion, my Mount Rushmore, I put it out on my Facebook months ago, and the greatest players of all time. So Mount Rushmore, the top 4 players, in my opinion: Messi, Ronaldo, Maradona, and Pele. Those are, for me, the 4 greatest players of all time. They are in my Mount Rushmore, in no particular order, But for me, if I had to rank them, Messi would be number 1, number 2 would be Maradona, Pele would be number 3, and Ronaldo would be number 4. But Ronaldo has been an incredible athlete. He has had an incredible career. He's also had such a huge impact. His goals, his performances, of course, starting at Lisbon, Sporting Lisbon, but he went to United, and he wasn't really a goal scorer at United in his first few years. He was a winger playing out wide, creating goals for. Also, Man United had Ruud van Nistelrooy when he went to United, right? So they didn't need Ronaldo to score all those goals and do all the things that he's done in his career. But after a few years, then he started, racking up the goals, and then he had that incredible jump where he won the Ballon d'Or and he scored 42 goals in all competitions. That was incredible because that was the first time we had seen a wide player, score that many goals at that rate. And I think that's when, his goal scoring, records started to rack up and started to go, further north and he's out of this world. So I also, there's been phases in Ronaldo's career where he's played as a striker for Real Madrid, and that was such a huge change because I think he was already scoring so many goals from a wide position. You move him centrally, it makes it easier for him to just go in on goal and score the goals. Now his movement is also incredible for a goal scorer. For any striker, for any player, he's got incredible movement. He can sense a goal, he can sniff out an opportunity and bury it, and so I think that's also testament to how much work he puts in to still move the way he does, to still run the way he does. He's got high football IQ as well, and he's got technical ability very few players I've ever had. He can score many different ways. He's an absolutely incredible header of the ball, maybe the greatest header in football history. He could have an argument to that. He's great left-footed, he's great right-footed, first-time finishes, he can finish from outside the box. We've seen a range of finishes from him. Great penalty taker. That's where I'll say he's better than Messi. If my life depended on it, and I had to choose one to take a penalty to save my life, I'd absolutely choose Ronaldo, and it wouldn't be easy, it wouldn't be very close. I wouldn't pick Messi to take a penalty, and I think Ronaldo is one of the greatest also penalty takers of all time. You know, it's a skill, it's not easy. You have to have nerves of steel, you need to have character. And Ronaldo has an abundance of those qualities, right? So also I looked into the future and thinking, is there anyone who could, reach 900 goals or more? Because also look, Ronaldo is not done. He's 39, but he's not retiring. He's not done. He's still adding to the 900 goals that he scored. So who knows where he's going to end up? He might, the way he looks, how fit he looks, how great he looks, he might, reach 1,000 goals in his career. But I was also looking at some of the players, and I looked at two very prominent player in this era moving forward, Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland, of course. Those are the two best goal scorers in football right now. And I looked at their career stats. Kylian Mbappe has 334 goals already. That's a lot of goals, man, in 442 appearances. Now, Kylian Mbappe is going to be 26 this year. So he's not a very young player. He's in his mid-20s. He's in the peak of his career, I think. Or he's beginning the peak of his career, where I think he's still going to, achieve greater things. He's still going to improve. He still has more gears to reach. And, so looking at Kylian Mbappe with those goals and appearances, his goal ratio is 0.73. He could, if he plays a lot of matches and he stays fit, he does look like he takes care of himself as well. He's quite fit. Both of these guys, actually. He could reach 900 goals or more. Erling Haaland as well has scored 254 goals in 310 appearances. Now, this is everything for club and country for both these players. And Erling Haaland's goal ratio is slightly better than Kylian Mbappe, 0.81. That is insane, silly numbers. It's a joke, really, to think about players doing those kind of numbers. Now, that's what we have. They might reach the goals tally that Ronaldo and Messi have. They might reach more than 900 goals. And so I do like the prospect of that. It would be very nice if we had, the next generation of players be that incredible as well. We saw Messi, Ronaldo, of course, Iniesta, Xavi, all those guys. It would be nice to see the next generation kind of repeat or do something close to that, be awesome players that we look forward to in football. So yeah, and there you have it. Ronaldo, 900 career goals. Let me know what you think. What do you think about his achievements, his longevity, the goals, the amount of greatness that he's put out there? What do you think about this record? Comment, like, subscribe. Let us know what you think of the video as well. It was awesome making this video. It was nice learning about so many other things like the statistics, the players. So please make sure to also remember to like our content, comment, follow us everywhere on Instagram at We Talk Football 24, and on YouTube as well at We Talk Football 24. And also remember to follow us on Facebook at We Talk Football. Share, like, subscribe, and thank you very much. It was awesome. See you next time. Yo.